What's going on, guys? Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the limited edition Adidas EQT Green Pack Mundial Teams, which is a turf shoe. Now this, of course, is an iconic turf shoe from Adidas that has been around for so long now. It's usually only available in black with the white stripes, like a regular Copa Mundial would be on offer. But this is a really interesting shade of green, which I'll explain the color choice a little bit later in the video. But speaking of the shoe itself, I'm a huge fan of these. This is actually one of my personal favorite go-to turf shoes whenever I need to wear something and I'm not in the process of testing anything new. There's a lot about this boot that I really like. I'll explain why I like them so much in today's video. We'll learn tech specs, we'll take a look at how they fit and feel on feet. So if you want to learn more about these, stick around and watch the entire video. If you're interested in a pair of these for yourself, you can click the little pop-up on screen, or you can click the first link down below in the description. That'll take you to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links for this limited edition Mundial team below their normal $150 retail price with some SR4U coupon codes. Now keep in mind, these are fairly pricey at $150, given that it is limited edition. You can get the regular black and white Mundial teams at their normal retail price of $95. So that technically is a much better value, $55 premium on these, but I'm sure they'll go on sale sooner rather than later, because this has been not the most popular release from Adidas, even though it is limited. Now, being a limited edition shoe, by the way, it does come in the special all-white drawer style box from Adidas, which is cool as an extra, and it also comes with the boot bag on the inside that's all white with the little Adidas tab on the back. So you do get some extras for the premium price tag that they're asking for these guys. Nonetheless, why is this called the EQT Green Pack? What does EQT even stand for? It's short form for equipment, and Adidas equipment, going back a while now, I guess 20 years, 25 years, that was the performance division of Adidas. They called it Adidas Equipment, kind of like how they have Adidas Originals. That eventually went away, but this was the signature colorway of the signature color of the Adidas Equipment logo. It had the white Adidas branding, and then the standard Adidas kind of triangle logo was this kind of turquoise teal green color, which they've used for the entire upper on this shoe, as well as the rest of the EQT Green Pack. And honestly, it looks really good. So you have leather in the form of that green color, the laces, as well as the suede going around the toe, which they actually color matched it pretty well. You have the black tongue running through the middle, of course, with the flap, the black accent right there on the back heel tab with the white Adidas logo. It still says Adidas Mundial Team on the flap as well. Same thing for the underside, which is a nice little touch. And you can see the entire midsole is white and color. Same thing goes for the outsole, aside from the little Adidas logo there in the circle right in the middle. So overall, I actually think these look really good. I'm usually not a big fan of kind of colorful shoes, especially the standard black and white Mundial team. I like the old school vibe that those have. And while these definitely don't look modern, it's got that modern touch to it in combination with the old school look. I really like them a lot for some reason, but let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Would you wear these? Why or why not? With that said, this is actually an excellent shoe. It's been around for quite some time. It's essentially a turf variation of the Adidas Copa Mundial. They do make an indoor model as well, not in this specific colorway. And the Copa Indoor actually is one of my personal favorite indoor shoes as well. But with the Mundial team, you're essentially getting the upper from the Copa Mundial. It's pretty much the same exact quality of kangaroo leather, super soft. Honestly, this is some of the nicest leather you're gonna find on any shoe, period, at any price point. And considering you can get this shoe in the regular colorway for $95 is astonishing, considering that they're charging $180, $175 for some of these new modern high-end indoor and turf boots, both Adidas as well as Nike. So for $95, if you want something leather, while I really like the Tiempo X Proximo indoors, those retail for around $150-ish or so. This is such a better deal at $95 for the regular colorway, and the quality is way better than you're gonna find on those Proximos as well. The touch you get, super soft, nice quality leather. As you would expect from a pair of Copas, this is on the same quality standard. Although they're not made in Germany, these are made in Vietnam, unlike the Copas. So that is, I guess, a downside, although there doesn't seem to be very much of a dip in quality based on what you can feel or see on the shoe. You're also gonna find that it does have the suede reinforcement going around the toe. Given that it is a turf shoe, you're gonna find this on a lot of leather boots, just as a protective element right there. It does add some bulk, yes, but honestly, it's something that you get used to pretty quickly and it doesn't really bother me at all. You get the central lacing system, which is very straightforward. The leather tongue as well with the padded foam backing. It does have the flap. Normally on the pair that I actually wear, I personally cut the flap off just so it's not there entirely. You don't need the extra bulk. Some people like how it looks. I just choose to cut it off and be done with it essentially. It does have a low cut, but it is a nice deep fit in the heel. So I guess that is different from most modern shoes in that your heel lockdown is very, very secure. And I would say there is some level of ankle support because it is such a deep fit and it does kind of come up a little bit higher on the sides of your ankle because of that. But nonetheless, very, very solid, nice and sturdy at the back. Internal plastic heel counter, a synthetic leather liner on the inside with a decent amount of padding back there as well. The insole is pretty much glued in, so I'm not gonna pull it out for you guys, but it's very, very standard. It's just a regular mesh liner and a thin layer of foam. Nothing too crazy there at all. And then as far as the midsole is concerned, it's a fairly rigid type of foam. It doesn't feel overly padded underfoot, despite it being a little bit thicker. If you like being really close to the ground in the heel area, maybe this isn't the best option for you, but I think if you're interested in this shoe in the first place, you're probably not too concerned about that. You do sit very low in the forefoot and toe area though, despite having this kind of larger looking lip, you sit pretty deep into that. So the lip here is again, mainly there for reinforcement purposes. And then you do get the nylon stitching going all the way around. So in terms of durability, these should hold up quite well. And then the bottom, it doesn't have any real structure to it, so you get really good flexibility out of this shoe. The only structure is the foam, but like I said, there really isn't any of that in the forefoot area, which is mainly where the shoe's gonna flex. And then the outsole being a turf outsole. I know I've always talked about turf outsoles on this channel as one not differing from the other in terms of overall performance, but if I do have to pick a favorite turf outsole that I've personally ever worn, this is it. It's the most aggressive one. The nubs are taller than what you would find on the average turf shoe, and the layout, basically nubs all over the place, works extremely well. So this is something that you can get away with using on kind of the old school style turf, which is kind of like a rough carpet material. That's what this was originally intended to be used on, but you can definitely get away with using these on artificial grass as well, as long as it's not wet. If it's wet, you can find that these will be a little bit slick. That goes for any turf shoe. That's where you would want more of a stud versus the rubber nubs. But as long as it's dry, these actually provide really, really good traction on artificial grass, which is the plastic grass with the small rubber pellets scattered throughout. These will work quite well. The only thing that you'll find is that there's a little bit of a difference in terms of underfoot feel when comparing this to a more true AG shoe. This feels more flat, a little bit more comfortable. If you're somebody who really struggles with discomfort when playing on artificial grass, something like this is going to be a little bit better for you. It's also going to dissipate the heat a little bit better if you're playing outdoors on an artificial grass field in the summertime. This is going to manage the heat with all the rubber on the bottom much better than a plastic sole plate will. So that's definitely worth keeping in mind as well. Plus the leather upper is also going to be a lot more breathable than the average synthetic leather as well. So if you really find that your feet get super hot playing on artificial grass outdoors in the summertime, something like this, a leather turf shoe, definitely wouldn't be a bad thing to consider. Now, as far as the weight of the shoe is concerned, because that's something that is going to be a notable element of the shoe in terms of whether or not you're going to want to buy them if you've been kind of with me up until this point. But in a size 9 US, these guys weigh in at 12.8 ounces. So they are fairly heavy, not gonna feel light whatsoever. They're actually going to feel kind of heavy. I personally do not mind that. I just like the comfort. I love the softness of the leather. I love the touch that it provides. I like the characteristics this shoe has and the way that it feels on my foot, despite them being heavier than the average boot. Is that a deal breaker? For me, it isn't, but for you, it might be. That's something that you kind of have to use your own judgment on. But if you like the feel of really light shoes, these are definitely not for you. Nonetheless, let's take a look at how these things fit and feel on feet, because that's obviously very, very important. So you can see on the right boot, I actually swapped out the stock green laces for some wide black reflective SR4U replacement laces. And the reason why I did that is because you actually have a black tongue. I just think that when you have a different color and accent for the tongue, it looks better when the laces are the same color most of the time, especially given this particular design. So I thought it looks pretty cool. Nonetheless, if you're interested in a pair of replacement laces for yourself, the website to go to is www.sr4ulaces.com. There'll be a little pop-up on screen as well as a link down below in the description. So if you're interested in a pair, be sure to go ahead and check it out. Just going to tie these up really quickly. And again, what you'll notice is that they do seem to come up a little bit higher because of how deep the fit is. So it feels like it's higher, but it isn't actually higher, which I guess is kind of confusing when I explain it like that, but you'll definitely understand what I mean when you try these on for the first time if you've never worn a pair of Mundial teams before. I'm going to tuck these into the side. And again, I'm just going to leave the tongue up. This is how I normally would. You can definitely have the clothespin there and hold it in place so it'll stay down, or you can tie over top of that. But if I am going to leave the tongue, usually I just leave it up just so it's kind of out of the way. I'd rather not have the extra bulk across the top of my foot, but obviously that is a personal preference thing with Mundial teams and Copa Mundials. A lot of people have their own differing opinions on that. I'm going to tie these up really quickly. I love the fact that they have a leather tongue as well. This is a shoe that you can put on and they pretty much require no break-in time. They're super comfortable. They're super soft. They're nice and flexible. It's pretty much not going to give you a blister as long as you get the right fit. So that's a really good thing as well. And I think that's part of the reason why I like them so much. When I'm getting used to new shoes all the time and breaking stuff in, this is one of those shoes that I can put on and just immediately feel comfortable in. So when you put these on, they're really, really soft. It doesn't have a super tight fit. So if that's something that you like, again, maybe not the best option for you. You'll feel a little bit of firmness underfoot from the foam base, but that's something that will soften up as you wear them in a little bit more. So that is, I guess, the only thing really to break in. But the upper is so soft, it's so flexible, and the touch that it provides is some of the best high quality leather feel you can get from pretty much any shoe out there. If you like Copa Mundials and you wear those regularly in the firm ground or soft ground variation, going for this as a turf shoe is probably your best option. In regards to width, these are going to be suitable for just about anybody, especially as you wear them in. They are going to stretch as required based on how they fit your foot specifically, like any leather shoe will. So if you need them to be a little bit wider, if they fit fairly snug out of the box, that will adjust as you wear them in. So in terms of width, they will fit just about anybody. And as far as sizing is concerned, they don't have the weird sizing like the Copa Mundial. I would say they run true to size. I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and my toe is right at the end as it should be. I personally go true to size in these. So if you are looking to order a pair, that would be my recommendation. So that is pretty much it, guys, for my review of the EQT Green Pack limited edition Adidas Mundial teams. Again, if you're interested in a pair of these for yourself, you can click the little you can click the eye in the corner of the screen or the first link down below in the description. That'll take you to the review page on my website where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $150 retail price. I'll also leave a link to the regular colorway, which retails for $95 as well, which is arguably the better value. Nonetheless, if you have any questions regarding this shoe, leave them down below in the comments and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.